Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be a dupes video. I am very excited. I have 5 items here that I think are very similar, not exact, of course. I really think that the less expensive product is just as good, if not better, than the high-end version. And I do have a whole dupes playlist if you are interested, so let's get into it. I did mention this in a recent video, but I really think that the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, this is all empty, so when I finished it up, I just went to the drugstore and I was like, I need a new concealer. So I got this one. This is $6. This is $27. These are so similar. They both have the large doe foot applicator. They have full coverage and they're not too drying. I have very dry under eyes and a lot of concealers look super crepey, but neither of these do. Honestly, I can barely tell the difference between them. I would say the Tarte Shape Tape is maybe just a tiny bit creamier, but I really love both. And honestly, with the price difference, I don't really feel the need to pay $27 for this. So yeah, I really like it. I have light sand in the e.l.f. and I use light in Tarte Shape Tape. So this blew me out of the water. I am super impressed and I plan on continuing to get this one. The next one is a primer dupe, and I've mentioned that I love very silicone-y primers. I know a lot of people don't, but I have lines and pores that I need to fill in, and no other primer will do that except for these very basic, very silicone-y primers. My favorite is the Smashbox. This is the original photo finish one. This is also empty, and when I ran out of this, it was the same thing with the e.l.f. concealer. I went and I bought an e.l.f. primer. And this is the Hydrating Face Primer. However, this does have silicone as the first ingredient. And I tried a different e.l.f. primer before. I really hated it. I think I had the pore filling one. It smelled like tea tree. Did not enjoy it. But this is really good. Also, my issue with a lot of these silicone primers is they can be drying, and I have combination skin, so parts of my face are very dry. But because this is more hydrating, it doesn't do that. Honestly, I think this is so similar to this. I can barely tell a difference. And it's not, I think them calling it hydrating is a bit misleading because I think some people may think that this is like a really moisturizing one, like that Smashbox moisturizer primer, whatever it's called. It's not. It's a silicone primer, but it's just a less drying version of one. And I think these are nearly identical. This is $6 for 0.47 ounces, and this is $16 for 0.4 ounces. Next up, I want to talk about lip gloss, and I think this is more of a dupe in formula than these are not exact colors, but people love the Anastasia lip glosses. They're more creamy, they're not sticky, and they're very pigmented. They're not your usual very shiny lip gloss, although they do have shine to them, but they're almost like a very glossy liquid lipstick. So this color is Toffee, and I really think that the NYX Intense Butter Glosses are a nearly identical formula, if not a little bit better, honestly. I actually think I like this a little bit better than the Anastasia. So these are $6. I think these are $16. And yeah, they are so similar. It's absolutely crazy. I will swatch these two colors. They're kind of similar, but like I said, the colors are not exact. They also have very similar applicators. They're these flat double-sided doe foots. So yeah, this applicator is identical. Here are the swatches. So like I said, these colors are not identical. This is Anastasia Toffee and this is NYX Peanut Brittle. Obviously this is more warm, this is more taupey. So, you know, I mean, they're both nudes, but they're not exact. But I really think the formula is identical. I actually think I like the NYX a little bit more. And they have tons of shades of these, by the way. They sell these on Ulta. I'm pretty sure I bought this one at Target. So yeah, the other problem with the Anastasia, I've mentioned this before. I've had 2 other ones and they expired around the 6 to 9 month mark. They basically smelled and tasted like paint. And when you get them brand new, they smell very sweet. So that kind of bothered me for such a high price tag. I don't know if the ones I got were just like sitting in Ulta for a long time or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, these Intense Butter Glosses are amazing and I think I like them better. Next up, I want to talk about a bronzer dupe. And I recently went to the Dollar Tree. I did a whole $1 makeup review and I got this one. This is the Beauty Benefits Hollywood Bronzer. This is the color Cinnamon. I have been loving this. This formula is so smooth, easy to blend, and I decided to swatch it against my other bronzers and I found that it is nearly identical to the Marc Jacobs Tantric Bronzer. I know, crazy. This is $1 and this is $49. I still love this, but this is amazing. And my issue I've mentioned before with drugstore bronzers, they can be very choppy and hard to blend, but not this one. So let me swatch them. Alrighty, here are the swatches. So this one is the Beauty Benefits one, and this is the Marc Jacobs. So the Marc Jacobs, I would say maybe is just a tiny bit lighter, but they both have a very neutral undertone, which I like. They're not too warm, but they're not too cool. I have warm undertones, so I don't look very good in like really, really cool tone gray contour and bronzer shades. So that's why I really like both of these. So let me just, then the pan too, you can tell that they're just like slightly off in shade from each other. So yeah, you can tell. I have major pan on this because I love it. This is just a bit darker, but that's one of those things I've learned with makeup, that if something swatches subtly different in shade, on the face, it usually doesn't really look all that different. So I really love both of these, but yeah, this blows me away. And I think the color is very close to the Marc Jacobs. Last up, we have a highlighter dupe. And one of my favorite gold high-end highlighters is from this Makeup Geek palette. This was the Kathleen Lights palette. However, they do sell these 3 shades individually now, and the one I'm talking about is this gold here, and it is called Sunlight, and I love it. It is so metallic. This is kind of like a thicker formula, and I recently had a drugstore highlighter in my Shop My Stash, and I realized that they are so close, not only in shade, but in formula. Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. This is very intense and metallic, really gorgeous. So you can tell that the Maybelline is just a little bit more gold. Makeup Geek is just a bit lighter. But I think the formula is similar because it's kind of like a thicker formula, but they come off so metallic. So it's really amazing. So you can tell in the swatch, this is the Maybelline and this is the Makeup Geek. Sorry, that lip gloss did not come off very well, but you can just tell that it's just a little bit darker than the Makeup Geek one, but on the face, the difference I've noticed is not that big. Yeah, these are very similar, not exact, but close enough, I think. That is it for this dupes video. I think these products are very good and I am super impressed with the kind of drugstore version. And if you have any dupes for us, let us know. And I do have a whole dupes playlist, so thank you for watching.